Have you ever hugged a woman and instantly wondered, did that feel good or did I just make it awkward? The truth is, a hug can say more about your confidence, comfort, and emotional awareness than a long conversation ever could. In just a few seconds, she can feel whether you're relaxed or nervous, respectful or too intense, smooth or unsure. But here's the part most men completely miss. A great hug isn't about squeezing tighter, holding longer, or trying to force attraction. It's about creating a moment where she feels safe, comfortable, and naturally connected to you. In this video, I'm going to break down the 4 rules that make a hug feel confident, warm, and memorable without being creepy, needy, or awkward. And make sure you watch until the end, because rule number 4 is the one that can make or break the entire interaction. If you get it wrong, even a good hug can suddenly feel uncomfortable. But if you get it right, the moment feels effortless. Before you even hug her, your body is already speaking. A lot of guys think attraction starts the moment physical contact happens, but the truth is, it starts before that. In the way you stand, the way you breathe, the way you look at her, and the energy you bring into the moment. If your body language says, I'm nervous, I'm unsure, I hope this goes well, she can feel that. But if your body language says, I'm calm, I'm present, and I'm comfortable with myself, the whole interaction feels different. Confidence doesn't mean acting dominant or trying too hard to look cool. Real confidence is quiet. It's relaxed shoulders. It's steady eye contact. It's not rushing. It's not leaning in too aggressively. It's giving her space while still showing warmth. Think about it like this. If you move toward a hug too fast, too stiff, or too suddenly, it can create pressure. But when your body is open, your movements are smooth, and your expression is friendly, the hug feels like a natural extension of the connection you already created. And here's the key. Confident body language makes her feel emotionally safe. When she feels safe, she's more likely to relax. When she relaxes, the hug feels more genuine. And when the hug feels genuine, that's when attraction can start building naturally. So before you focus on where to place your arms or how long to hold the hug, focus on your presence. Stand tall, breathe slowly, keep your body loose, and don't overthink the moment. Your goal isn't to perform a perfect hug, it's to make her feel comfortable being close to you. Because the best hugs don't start with your arms. They start with your energy. Rule number 1 is simple, but most guys skip it. Read the moment before you move in for the hug. A hug should never feel like something you take. It should feel like something that naturally happens between 2 people who are comfortable with each other. That means before you step closer, you need to pay attention to the situation, her energy, and the signals in the room. Is she smiling? Is her body turned toward you? Is the conversation flowing? Does she seem relaxed, playful, and open? Those are signs that a hug may feel natural. But if she's looking away, stepping back, crossing her arms, giving short answers, or seems distracted, that's not the moment to force closeness. And this is where emotional intelligence becomes more attractive than any technique. A man who can read the room shows maturity. He doesn't rush. He doesn't pressure. He doesn't make things awkward by turning every interaction into a test. Instead, he pays attention. For example, if you're greeting her and she opens her arms, leans in, or steps closer, that's a clear invitation. But if she gives a small wave, keeps distance, or only offers a quick smile, respect that space. You don't lose attraction by being respectful, you actually build it. The goal is not to trigger attraction by surprising her. The goal is to create comfort so attraction has room to grow. When a hug matches the moment, it feels smooth. When it ignores the moment, it feels forced. So before going in, pause for half a second. Notice her body language. Notice the vibe. Notice whether the energy is warm or distant. Because the best hug isn't the one you rush into. It's the one she feels comfortable receiving. Before you hug a woman, one of the most important skills you can develop is learning how to notice comfort. Not assume it, not hope for it, actually notice it. Comfort usually shows up in small, natural signals. If she's facing you with her body, keeping relaxed eye contact, smiling genuinely, laughing easily, or moving closer during the conversation, those are good signs that she feels safe and open around you. Her shoulders may look relaxed, her arms may be loose, and her overall energy feels calm instead of guarded. But discomfort also has signals, and you should respect them immediately. If she steps back, turns her body away, avoids eye contact, folds her arms, gives short answers, or seems stiff, that means she may not want physical closeness in that moment, and that's okay. Confidence is not pushing through resistance. Confidence is noticing it and adjusting. Here's a simple way to think about it. Comfort creates softness. Discomfort creates distance. When someone is comfortable, their body naturally opens up. When someone is uncomfortable, their body naturally protects itself. So instead of focusing only on whether you want to hug her, ask yourself, does this moment feel mutual? And remember, one signal alone doesn't tell the whole story. A woman might be shy, tired, distracted, or simply not very physically expressive. So don't judge based on one tiny detail. Look at the overall pattern. Is her energy moving toward connection or away from it? If you're unsure, keep it light and respectful. You can smile, slow down, and give her room to choose. A simple open posture can invite a hug without demanding one. The most attractive thing here isn't the hug itself, it's your awareness. When she feels that you're paying attention to her comfort, she's more likely to trust you. And trust is what makes closeness feel good. Rule number 2 is keep the hug relaxed and natural. A lot of guys overthink the hug so much that the moment becomes stiff before it even starts. They worry about where to put their hands, how long to hold it, how close to get, whether it should feel romantic, friendly, or something in between. And because they're stuck in their head, their body becomes tense and she can feel that tension instantly. A good hug doesn't need to be dramatic. It doesn't need to feel like a movie scene. It should feel easy, warm, and respectful. The key is to move in smoothly, not suddenly. Let your body stay loose. Keep your shoulders relaxed. Don't clamp down. Don't pull her in too hard. Don't turn the hug into a test of attraction. The more you try to make the hug powerful, the less natural it feels. Think of it like a conversation without words. If the conversation is light and friendly, the hug should match that energy. If the moment is more emotional or intimate, the hug can be a little warmer, but still never forced. Your arms should feel supportive, not controlling. Your body should communicate, I'm comfortable being close to you, not I'm trying to get something from you. That difference is huge. And one underrated detail, breathe. When you breathe slowly, your nervous system relaxes and your body naturally becomes calmer. That calmness makes the hug feel more grounded. Also, don't freeze. Some guys hug and suddenly become statue still because they're afraid of doing the wrong thing. But a natural hug has a little softness to it. It starts, it settles, and it ends smoothly. Remember, the goal is not to impress her with a perfect technique. The goal is to make the moment feel comfortable enough that neither of you has to think too much. Because the best hugs don't feel planned, they feel effortless. Now let's talk about the mistakes that can turn a simple hug into an awkward moment. Because sometimes it's not what you do right that matters most, it's what you avoid doing wrong. The first mistake is rushing in too quickly. If you move toward her before the moment is ready, it can feel sudden or pushy. A hug should feel like a natural part of the interaction, not like you're trying to force closeness out of nowhere. Slow down, read her energy, and let the moment breathe. The second mistake is hugging too tightly. Some guys think a strong hug shows confidence, but if it feels like she can't easily pull away, it creates discomfort. A good hug feels warm, not controlling. It should communicate safety, not pressure. The third mistake is holding on too long. Even if the hug starts well, staying in it past the natural ending can make the energy shift from comfortable to awkward. Pay attention to when she starts to release, relax your arms, or slightly pull back. That's your cue to end smoothly. Another big mistake is being too stiff. If your body is tense, your arms are awkward, and your breathing is shallow, the hug feels uncomfortable because you feel uncomfortable. Relax your shoulders, breathe, and don't treat the hug like a performance. And finally, the biggest mistake is ignoring her comfort level. If she gives distance, turns away, or doesn't seem open to being touched, respect that immediately. That's not rejection, that's awareness. And awareness is attractive. Remember, a great hug is not about proving confidence. It's about showing emotional control, respect, and presence. Avoid these mistakes, and instantly your hugs will feel smoother, safer, and more natural. Before a hug happens, your posture and eye contact set the tone for everything. If your posture is closed off, shoulders rounded, head down, arms tight, body angled away, you may look nervous or unsure even if you don't mean to. But when you stand tall, keep your chest open, and allow your shoulders to relax, you naturally communicate calm confidence. Not arrogance, not pressure, just a grounded presence. And that's what makes a woman feel more comfortable around you. She's not only responding to the hug, she's responding to the energy you bring before the hug. Eye contact matters too, but it has to feel natural. Don't stare like you're trying to win a contest. Instead, hold soft eye contact for a moment, smile, then let the interaction flow. Confident eye contact says, "I'm present with you." Intense staring says, "I'm trying too hard." There's a big difference. Your movements also send signals. If you fidget, shuffle your feet, look around constantly, or rush your gestures, it can create nervous energy. But if your movements are smooth and unhurried, the entire moment feels more relaxed. She can sense that you're not desperate for approval. One powerful confidence signal is comfort with space. You don't have to crowd her to show interest. In fact, giving her room shows self-control. When you respect space, any closeness that happens feels more intentional and more mutual. So here's the simple formula: open posture, relaxed shoulders, soft eye contact, calm breathing, and steady movement. These small details make a huge difference because they create emotional safety before physical closeness. And when your body language says, "I'm calm, respectful, and comfortable," the hug doesn't feel forced, it feels invited. Rule number 3 is one of the most important. Make her feel safe, not pressured. Because here's the truth: attraction cannot grow in a moment where someone feels cornered, rushed, or obligated. If she feels like she has to hug you, or like saying no would make things awkward, the moment instantly loses warmth. But when she feels free to choose, free to relax, and free to be herself, closeness becomes much more natural. A safe hug starts before your arms ever touch her. It starts with your attitude. You're not trying to get a reaction from her. You're not trying to prove something. You're simply sharing a warm moment and paying attention to whether she's comfortable. That means your energy should be calm, not needy; friendly, not demanding; confident, not intense. One of the best ways to create safety is to give her space to respond. Don't rush into her personal bubble. Don't grab her suddenly. Don't hold her in a way that makes it hard for her to step back. A respectful hug always leaves room for choice. And if she doesn't seem open to it, you don't punish the moment with awkwardness. You simply smile, stay relaxed, and move on. That kind of emotional maturity is powerful because it shows you're not dependent on physical contact to feel confident. A woman feels safest when she senses that your respect is stronger than your desire. That's what separates a warm hug from an uncomfortable one. So remember this: pressure kills attraction, but safety allows attraction to breathe. When she feels safe around you, she can soften. When she softens, the connection feels more real. And when the connection feels real, the hug becomes something she actually enjoys, not something she has to tolerate. Here's something most men don't realize: attraction isn't only built through looks, confidence, or clever lines. A huge part of attraction comes from how a woman feels when she's around you. If she feels judged, rushed, or pressured, her guard goes up. Even if you say the right things, the energy feels off. But if she feels relaxed, respected, and emotionally comfortable, she can actually enjoy the moment instead of protecting herself from it. Emotional comfort creates space for attraction because it tells her, "I can be myself here." That feeling is powerful. It makes your presence feel calm, trustworthy, and different from the men who try too hard or push too fast. And this applies directly to hugging. A hug feels better when there's already emotional comfort behind it. Without comfort, even a simple hug can feel tense. With comfort, the same hug can feel warm, natural, and memorable. So don't think of comfort as boring or weak. Comfort is the foundation. It's what allows chemistry to grow without pressure. When she feels safe enough to relax, smile, and be present with you, the attraction doesn't need to be forced. It begins to build on its own. Rule number 4 is where a lot of guys accidentally ruin a good moment. Know when to release the hug. Because a hug can start perfectly, the timing is right, the energy is warm, she feels comfortable. But if you hold on too long, the feeling can shift fast. What began as sweet and natural can suddenly become tense, awkward, or confusing. The secret is this: don't try to control the length of the hug. Feel the rhythm of it. A natural hug has a beginning, a middle, and an ending. You move in, the hug settles for a moment, and then one of you naturally starts to release. The mistake is when a guy ignores that ending because he wants to extend the moment. He thinks, if I hold longer, maybe it will feel more intimate. But if she's already ready to pull back, holding longer doesn't create attraction, it creates pressure. Pay attention to the small cues. If her arms loosen, if her body shifts back, if her chest or shoulders move away, or if the hug starts to lose its natural warmth, that's your signal. Release smoothly. Don't make it dramatic. Don't act disappointed. Just let the hug end like it was supposed to. And here's the powerful part. Ending the hug at the right time can actually make it more memorable. Why? Because it shows confidence. It shows you're not clinging to the moment. You enjoyed it, but you don't need to trap it. After you release, keep the energy light. Smile, make eye contact, say something simple, or continue the conversation naturally. That smooth transition keeps the connection alive. Remember, the goal isn't to make the hug last as long as possible. The goal is to make it feel so comfortable that she remembers it for the right reason. Awkwardness usually happens when the hug becomes bigger in your head than it needs to be. The more you overthink it, the more your body starts acting unnatural. You hesitate too long. You move in halfway. You freeze, you laugh nervously, or you try to turn a simple hug into some major romantic moment. And that's when the energy gets weird. The easiest way to avoid awkwardness is to keep the moment simple. Don't make the hug feel like a performance. Don't pause like you're asking the universe for permission. If the vibe is right and she seems comfortable, move in smoothly, give a warm hug, and then release naturally. Another thing that prevents awkwardness is matching the situation. If you're greeting her casually, the hug should be casual. If you're saying goodbye after a great conversation, the hug can be a little warmer. If the setting is public, busy, or rushed, don't try to create a slow, romantic scene. Read the context and let the hug fit the moment. Also, don't comment too much on the hug, saying things like, "Was that okay?" or "I'm bad at hugs," or "That was nice, right?" can instantly make the moment uncomfortable. You don't need to narrate everything. Confidence is often quiet. If something does feel slightly awkward, don't panic. A small smile, a relaxed laugh, or moving smoothly back into conversation can reset the energy. The worst thing you can do is freeze and make the awkwardness the center of attention. And remember, respectful confidence removes pressure. When you're calm, present, and not trying too hard, she doesn't feel like she has to manage your emotions. So keep it relaxed, keep it appropriate, keep it human. A hug should feel like connection, not a complicated strategy. What you do right after the hug matters almost as much as the hug itself. A lot of guys create awkwardness because once the hug ends, they don't know what to do next. They either stare too intensely, pull away too fast, or start acting like something huge just happened. But the best transition is smooth, simple, and relaxed. After you release the hug, don't make it dramatic. Step back naturally, keep a soft smile, and continue the energy you had before. If you were joking, keep it playful. If the moment was warm, let your voice stay calm and genuine. The key is to show that you're comfortable, not surprised by closeness, not desperate to extend it, and not nervous about what it means. You can say something simple like, "It's good to see you," or "I'm glad you came," or just continue the conversation where it left off. The words don't need to be perfect. The energy needs to be steady. A smooth transition tells her, "That was nice, and I'm still relaxed." That makes the hug feel safe instead of loaded with pressure. And if you're saying goodbye, end with confidence. Smile, make brief eye contact, and leave without lingering too long. Because a great hug doesn't need a dramatic ending, it needs an effortless one. Here's the bonus tip that ties everything together. The energy you bring matters more than the technique. You can learn where to place your arms, how long to hold the hug, and how to read body language, but if your energy feels needy, tense, or performative, the hug still won't feel right. On the other hand, if your energy is calm, warm, and respectful, even a simple hug can feel naturally attractive. Your energy is the emotional message behind your actions. It tells her whether you're trying to impress her, pressure her, or genuinely connect with her. And people can feel that difference quickly. So before you focus on the hug, check yourself. Are you relaxed? Are you breathing normally? Are you trying to force a reaction, or are you simply present in the moment? The best energy is grounded. You're not chasing approval. You're not making the hug mean too much. You're simply comfortable with yourself and respectful of her comfort. That kind of presence is rare, and it stands out. Because attraction isn't created by one perfect move. It's created by the way someone feels around you. So bring calm confidence, kindness, and awareness into the moment. The hug is just the expression. Your energy is what she actually remembers. Before we wrap up, let's quickly recap the 4 rules that make a hug feel confident, natural, and comfortable. Rule number 1, read the moment before going in. Don't rush physical closeness just because you want it. Pay attention to her body language, the setting, and the energy between you. A good hug should feel mutual, not forced. Rule number 2, keep the hug relaxed and natural. Don't overthink every movement. Keep your shoulders loose, breathe slowly, and let the hug feel warm instead of stiff or intense. The more comfortable you are, the more comfortable the moment becomes. Rule number 3, make her feel safe, not pressured. This is the foundation. If she feels like she has freedom, space, and choice, she can relax. If she feels trapped or obligated, attraction disappears fast. Rule number 4, know when to release the hug. Don't hold on too long trying to create intimacy. End the hug when the moment naturally ends and transition smoothly afterward. So remember, timing, relaxation, safety, and awareness. Those 4 things matter more than any secret technique. When you bring respect and confidence into the moment, the hug feels effortless, and that's what makes it memorable.